Hello everyone and welcome back to Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. Some stuff happened. You didn't get an episode of this last week like you were supposed to, and I promise I have a very good reason for this. If you saw the I Messed Up video, then you probably heard I was having this weird issue with my computer because I'm playing this on PC. I'm using a controller, obviously, but I'm playing this on PC. I had an issue where I was trying to play some games, and it was like running way worse than I remembered it running in the past. It's like it's a game I've already played in the past. I know the computer can run those games, but it's lagging for some reason, and I don't know why it's running so poorly for those. And I checked the task manager to see the actual usage stats and stuff, and it's like, oh, your CPU is at 100% usage, so it's being capped out. I'm like, what the hell? So I sort it by what's using the most CPU percentage, and it's like 30-40% of it is being used by WMI provider host, and I don't know what that even is or how that works. I looked into it a little bit. Very confusing. I'm not very good with that end of computer stuff. But I found a bunch of solutions to like mess with the queries and refresh its processing and stuff. And I followed along with how to do it. And none of it seemed to work. So I saw the last ditch effort was factory reset your computer. I was like, okay, really don't want to do that, but I have a second hard drive. I can put all my files on that hard drive, and then those will all be saved, and I can factory reset my computer to the restore point of the day that I got it, to make sure that anything software side gets reset. And that'll also tell me if it's a hardware side issue, which it wasn't a hardware side issue because it fixed it. However, upon resetting everything back up, I learned that Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, is the only game that doesn't have Steam Cloud support. Dark Souls 1 Remastered might not. I haven't checked that one, but this game doesn't have Steam Cloud support for some reason. It doesn't support cloud saves. So I lost my character. I lost all that data. I had to start over. I've spent the last week getting myself back to where I was. And I went to my most recent video and it said I was level 205, I'm pretty sure. So I got myself as close to that as I could. And I tried to retrace my steps as best I could. I didn't grab all the items, as evidenced by the fact that one of these bone fists is maxed out, but the other one's level 2. So I do need to get more Twinkling Titanite, but I just couldn't spend any more time waiting to grind those out. So we'll see if we find any in Brume Tower. I did all the same bosses I did before. I didn't do any of the bosses that I hadn't killed in the series, and I haven't gone to Brume Tower yet this time. And I haven't finished the Ivory King boss fight here yet. I got like halfway through that area, and I had to get this one out. So this takes place in Brume Tower, so I can just do this on its own. But yeah, we're pretty much back to where we were. Except I'm realizing right now as I speak, the bone fists have quite low durability. And I forgot to get the claws, so I don't really have a backup fist weapon. The only other fist weapon I even got was the cestises. So I might have to teleport back and get those claws from Gilligan. I also changed my armor, just because it's the Dark Souls 2 armor. The defense isn't a massive factor in this game, so it's really whatever armor you think looks best, and I think this looks pretty cool. I really like the Ferrum set. And I got them to plus 10, except the gauntlets, I didn't get enough chunks. So we should be pretty good on defense for the Ferrum set, because one thing I really missed that Dark Souls 1 and 2 did, although Dark Souls 1's upgrade system in general I think is infinitely inferior, but even so, something it and Dark Souls 2 did that I really like and miss in the newer games is I really liked being able to upgrade your armor. I usually don't end up doing it a whole lot because it's expensive, because you gotta upgrade 4 pieces. But it's just, it's cool that you can. You can have a set that's not necessarily the best or the strongest, and you can make it viable by upgrading it. Like this Ferrum set, with all these upgrades, this defense is higher than the Drangleic Mail on its own, and that's crazy. Because that's one of the highest defense sets you can get pre-DLCs, and without being a boss armor set. I want your claws. I'll take 2. Those don't do anything. Eureka failure, Gilligan. Okay, let's see if I can upgrade these claws at all. I can't get them to 10 because I still don't think I have enough chunks. I got 1 chunk. That should be enough small Titanite. That should be enough large Titanite. So I can get them to at least plus 6. I can get one of them to plus 7. There we go. And I gotta... what's that bonfire I'm missing? Oh, is that for... that's for killing the... no, because there's this one for killing the gargoyles. Oh, that's straight cell, because I didn't have a fragrant branch when I went through there. I don't really need anything from straight anyway. Where was I going? I was going to McDuff, because I need to bleed on these claws. I need to bleed these claws. Infuse my clothes with bleed. Maybe I could do 1 bleed and 1 poison, so when I switch to the claws, I can inflict them with bleed and poison simultaneously, because the claws already have a certain layer of bleed, so I can put poison on this one and bleed on the other one, so we get the extra bleed, so there's still a higher chance of bleeding it than normal, but also we get the poison effect on it, so we can poison it over time and deal some damage over time while we're not able to actually attack it. I think that's a great idea. Okay, first off though, I could not get the pursuer when I came through here. I could not get him to spawn in this little courtyard. So I'm gonna see if he'll actually spawn in here now, because I would like his Titanite. Nope. Maybe it's a weird thing where since I came through the other side first and I killed that one first, I can't kill this one. Or something weird like that. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me, but there's got to be some explanation. Because I absolutely didn't kill the one there yet. I just had a thought. I never even thought before. Can I infuse the bone fists? I could infuse the bone fists. Magic, fire, lightning. Okay, so this is the +5 one. So any of these effects, I can't do bleed though. Any of these effects would lower the scaling of strength and dex by 2 tiers. But it would put an S in any of these other aspects. Ra. I don't remember which one Ra is. Is Ra the one that's, hold on. Enchanted. I don't remember that one. Mundane's the one that scales based off of... Oh no, Mundane takes away scaling entirely, I'm pretty sure, and makes it so it just, I don't remember. I know both of these two have 2 different effects. I'm not going to put anything on the bone fists, though. Looking at what that would actually change, does not look like something I would want. Let's just go back to Brume Tower and get going. Oh, I can't believe I goofed up. That's also sad news for the Minecraft playthrough with Alex. I lost the world. Ow. Yes, I'll smelter wedge you. I know you can get more at some point in here, but the smelter wedges, you can disable these guys, but also you want to save at least 4 for the boss room. So don't go just using them all willy-nilly, because we only got a limited amount. And I know there's a part where we can grab more, but I don't remember where that is, so I'm not sure if I'm actually going to find it. Dexterity ring. Does that just increase my dexterity? Which one of these looks out of place? Increase dexterity. By how much? By 5. Well, you see, that's the kind of thing that would have been very, very good much earlier in the game. As of right now, I am too high of a level for that to be that good. Now, here's a bit of a hot take here. I know Brume Tower is one of the more popular DLCs here. And I think it's the mid-tier one of the 3. Obviously, there's got to be a top, a bottom, and a mid. I think this is the mid one. I don't mean it's mid in general, just mid-tier of the 3. Like, I still think it's good. I think 2 of these DLCs are objectively good. And the Frigid Outskirts one is a DLC. No, I don't even think that one's bad. Ow. You're bloody kidding me. I died because my foot got stuck on a corner of the ledge that was under the ground. Sadness. But no, I don't even think the Crown of the Ivory King is a bad DLC. I just think it's the worst of the 3. And that makes me look down on it kind of negatively. Just because these other 2 are so good. But objectively speaking, it's still one of the best FromSoft DLCs. You'll hear much more detailed thoughts when I actually finish. and I do the updated ranking, including all DLCs. Now these are enemies that I am not a fan of. I think especially for the fact that you're supposed to do this DLC before the Ivory King. I think these guys aren't scaled properly, because this always struck me as the one you're supposed to... Exactly, case in point. This one has always struck me as the one that it really seems like it's pushing you to do last, because I feel like the enemies are just scaled to be much stronger in this one than even the Ivory King, which is listed last. So I do recommend, even though this is the, as I said, mid-tier one, I do recommend still doing this one last. Just because of the amount of damage these guys deal. Now, can you guys stop being in sync? Can I get the Backstreet Boys instead? Thank you. That's what I was looking for. What are you? Not worth it at all. Not even slightly. What the hell? Of course, there is another one that I don't think is really worth anything. Okay. Titanite slab, okay. I think I have enough of those, I just need chunks. Wedge this one. There's one other one that I 100% do want to wedge. And I think if you've ever played this DLC, then you already know exactly which one I'm talking about. God damn it, I hate that that's a double hit thing and the initial hit doesn't do the knock. Okay, what are you guarding? You're guarding nothing. You're guarding absolutely nothing, bruv. I do think the actual level design of this area is pretty tight. And I think this is another example of stuff that's in this game, and the game 100% gives you the tools to work with, and people tend to hate this game, specifically the people that tend to hate this game, just refuse to acknowledge, because it absolutely gives you all the tools that you need with these flamethrowers and these barrel guys, because you can see that. Ow! Well, I was standing too close to them, but they'll constantly walk away from you with their barrels. So you can lead them into fire to make them explode, to either help you take care of other enemies or, I guess, just to kill themselves. But it's the same thing with a lot of the ganks that people complain about in this game. I don't believe there are actually any... Like, Scholar definitely worsened whatever situations of multiple enemies that there are. But I still don't think there's really that many unfair ganks. Because if you pay attention, there's always a way to take care of them. Is that just a +8 Cestus? That's just a +8 Cestus out of nowhere. Okay. I'm not going to complain about that. I'll take it. You don't have to offer me twice. Okay, what are the bosses here? We got Surlon. We got Fume Knight. Surlon is the optional boss. What's the other required boss? Oh no! We get 2 optional bosses in this one. Never mind. Yeah. Right, this is the... We have 1 required boss, which is Fume Knight. We have 2 optional bosses here. They're the Surlon and the Blue Smelter Demon. I like the Blue Smelter Demon for some reason. I've always found his attack timings more easy to understand than the normal Smelter Demons. Okay, I should make me more resistant to fire. Yeah, I've always found him a lot easier to understand than the normal Smelter Demon. Because to this day, I have never actually died to Blue Smelter. Of course, this is going to be the playthrough in which that changes, because that's just what happens when you're recording something. Okay, so this is a room that a lot of people complain about, and I used to be one of those people. I used to be like, okay, this room is one I'll agree is bullshit. But that's because I didn't understand these barrel guards properly. So what you do... Sir, you're supposed to be walking away from me. There we go, thank you. Get your pathing in order. Is you lead him down there. And if you notice, this guy, he like oozes lava out of his chunked up shoulder. So if I climb down here... Oh, good God. If I can avoid these other guys. Oh my God, you both hit me simultaneously, you dick faces! Okay. I'm not saying this room's easy. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying that you can't have any trouble with it. I'm just saying it's not as bad as I had thought it was, because there is a gimmick to it. And if you do want to criticize that gimmick, then go ahead, because I'm not in love with the gimmick. I just understand that it is there. But basically, if you do it right, you're supposed to lead these guys into into that guy's fire as it oozes out of him, and it's supposed to blow him up for you. That's what these trapdoor things are for, because they'll walk right on them. Alright, Mr. Uzi, get close to these barrels for me. You're not approaching. Thank you. That's what's supposed to happen. Okay, now this is the other one that I'm smelter wedging. There was no world in existence where this guy wasn't getting smelter wedged. And I believe, if I'm not stupid, ow. Oh, this guy right there throwing firebombs. I'll do it while this here. Is it in the key items? No. Is it just in here? It's just in here. I should have 3 left. I might have wanted to avoid that second one because I think we're supposed to have 4 for the end. Ow. Ooh, Twinkling Titanite. How much was that? I have 3. I need 6 more. Oh, this guy's gonna come to life, isn't he? No? Ooh, but you are gonna pop out of the ground. Ow, why would you target the guy that's behind me instead of the guy right in front of me? Ow, ow, ow. I can't interact. Holy crap. Where are you popping out from? What the hell? That's just mean! I'm going to blame that death on the lock-on choosing the guy behind me instead of the guy, you know, that I was looking at and clearly wanted to lock on to. I'm also going to blame that death on the fact that I messed up and ran into another guy. There's probably something I could have done there that would not have been so stupid. Okay, but the door's open now. Right? Right. It's saved. It's saved being open. Oh, we better hope so. Yes. I hate this stretch, so can I just not interact with you the way you want me to? Damn it, I was hoping I could touch that side. Ooh, don't hit me like that. Ow. The side? I didn't remember that happening. What is even the purpose of that? I thought there was a light up here or something. Good lord! I'm running and running and running and running and running and running away like a little bitch. I'm running. Oh my god. Okay, this is actually where I wanted to be. Over here is where the bonfire is. Let's go. Thank God. Okay, I don't think I got the item for this. Yeah, Scorching Iron Scepter, and this... Yeah, I figured. Okay. I'm gonna go check what that downstairs section back here was. Because that crashes into this other tower. I think this might be where the key is. I do know there's an invader over here. I hate dealing with him. Meldron the Assassin. Yeah, screw you. Yeah, he spawns just perfectly there so he can backstab you when you're opening the chest. He's also apparently a little bitch. Who's surprised? Hadouken! Hadouken! Ow. Hadouken? Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he is a little bitch. He just runs down there after you get him to, like, half health-ish. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's a ton of enemies. They spawn right there on the center platform, so you can't really do anything about that. There's also something building on my curse, which I don't remember. Is that just a downside of being inside this tower? That's messed up. Oh, you can hit me all you want. Just give me this. Oh, that was sucked. That was not worth it. Okay, that's where that... Okay, so it's just so you can get one of the shards of the soul. Yeah, you can curse me as many times as you want. It's not going to be as effective as the first one. Because I already have to use a human effigy. Okay, well... For now, at least, let's go back, because I want to keep these smelter wedges until I'm certain that I've got the other ones that I'd need. Don't even know what you people are doing there. I don't know how you got there, how you knew I was down there. 39 human effigies. I really have not died a whole ton in this, catching back up to where I was. I'm telling you, it's a Let's Play curse. Can I use bonfire? Because there's an invader. The invader's all the way back there! Alright, I'll just continue through the area then until he despawns. Alright, while we're here, let's use these pots to keep ourselves wet. Okay, he returned to his world, thank God. Okay, actually, this one has a fun interaction you can do. Okay, if you don't get in my way, I'll be able to show it. You see it's on a rail. Okay, well now it's hard to see through that electrical sphere of doom. Ah! That fire didn't hurt you as much as I thought it would, but still, that's a cool interaction that you can punch it down the rail to it. Okay, I didn't want to land inside of the fire. Oh. Get down! Oh. You're not besting me. Ow. Well, if I decide to hold it long enough to sprint instead of dodge, then you'll best me because I'm stupid. You will not best me! Well, I see you, Lever. I almost didn't see you, Lever. Okay, I'm 99% sure that's where I'm supposed to go, but there is a door up here I want to check out real quick. Hey! Never mind, that is a grate that just kind of looks like a door from over here. See, doesn't that look like there's a door up there? There is not! We have both been deceived. Okay, the fact that this loops back tells me it's probably a shortcut. It is! That's how I get this one. Okay, well that means I can just go back to the bonfire. Yeah, so the thing with, I don't think I've touched on this yet, with the level design and world design and the layout and stuff and the interconnectivity, is that people really like the interconnectivity of Dark Souls 1, and they try to say that Dark Souls 2 and 3 don't have any. 3 has some, but it really feels like the interconnectivity that's there is pointless because there's bonfires everywhere. It's the same issue with Elden Ring, because Elden Ring has some interconnectivity in some of the legacy dungeons and stuff, but you don't need them because there's bonfires all over the place. That's why I think that game would have done better if they just had one grace per dungeon that you had to loop back to every single time. Like, just one grace per dungeon would have been a really cool way to have it loop back and be interconnected, and also keep them challenging. Oh, that's nice that I actually lit the sconce there. If you're gonna blow up, I don't want to be a part of it. But the thing with Dark Souls 2 is it kind of goes halfway between those two different mindsets, because while it doesn't have nearly as many bonfires as Dark Souls 3, and Elden Ring, it also does have them go pretty much in a... I'm in the middle of the animation. They go in pretty much... Like, you have Majula, and then there's the 4 different paths. They pretty much go in lines. And sometimes they converge, like Hades Tower of Flame converging with Forest of Fallen Giants at the... Lost Bastille. Those two paths converge at the Lost Bastille. However, more to what I'm talking about here is that the levels... Jesus. My throat. The levels themselves interconnect. Because obviously, each path goes too far away from Majula for it to realistically connect back to Majula every time, like Dark Souls 1 does with Firelink. But what they do is they have just a couple bonfires per major area, like 2 or 3. Some of the longer ones have up to 5, I think. Like, yeah, because Lost Bastille has 5. But what they do is that those areas are treated as, like Lost Bastille, there's a... Oh my god! No! There's a couple ins and outs you can go. Side paths you go for I didn't know you could do that. To find secrets and stuff, but for those it's pretty much a straight line. But if you look at Forest of Fallen Giants, that's an area that loops back on itself a couple times. because you get the second bonfire when you're actually like in the ramparts part of the area. What they do is you have the bonfire that's right next to the ladder you go down, and when you get back up to the outside of that bonfire room, you can blow a hole in the wall to open it up, and that's a shortcut right back to the bonfire. Beyond that, oh, I'm probably supposed to kill you out here so you'll light the... okay. Anyway, beyond that, there's also, as you get further and deeper into it, below, you open the door that's right next to the bottom of the ladder. That's an even bigger shortcut. I can't believe you just kamikaze the second I open the door. That's rude. Since you're burning, can I lead you through all these and have you light them all yourself? But that's just an example. There is interconnect... I didn't think the ledge was going to be so close to the sconce. That's mean. That's fine. That's not too far away from the bonfire. But there is interconnectivity. It's just not worldwide interconnectivity. It's level consolidated interconnectivity. So I don't want to hear any more complaints about this game not being interconnected at all. It is. It's just in a different way that's not as grand, but it's a lot tighter and more condensed. And I actually think it's done a lot better. Because in Dark Souls 1, as much as people praise the interconnectivity, I don't really think they did it all that well, because they kind of just give up on it after, what, 2 areas? 3 if you want to count the Valley of Drakes connecting to the Darkroot Basin. Now, why are these guys so strong is my question. He actually did end up lighting the one right next to where I fell to my doom. Okay, let's open this one. Oh no, oh no guys, oh my god, I can't believe. Hey, no, don't go around it, light it, thank you. Are those all 3 of them? Those are all 3 of them. That's gonna hit me. Yeah, I can't cancel that animation that fast. It's fine. Okay, we came out of this ladder, so what's in this door? This is the only one we haven't checked yet. Oh. Hello. Ow. But can you stop flopping on me? How are you more dangerous than the... Oh, shoot! I couldn't get out of it! This is a downside of using the fist. I'd input it at about the same time he started the explosion. But since a double hit, I had to wait for the whole thing to go out. Because I didn't cancel it between the 2 hits. Like an idiot. I will say I do think this one is the worst background, because I don't really know what I'm looking at. Ashen hills with some lava running through randomly. That's all the background is. And I think the background here is pretty bad. But that's the worst part about this DLC. You know it's a good DLC. if the worst thing you can say about it is the background isn't as good as the other ones. Hey, Dugan! Hey, Dugan! Hey, Dugan! Thank you. Oh, there was nothing else even in there. I'm sure there's a way to get down there. A lot safer. Somewhere. Within this room. Maybe it's this corner door. I don't think I actually went in here. I think I just had the guy explode. And then let this guy out. Yeah, there is a ladder down here. I knew there was something. I will say the level design here is obviously a lot more vertical, but this one specific tower reminds me a lot of that one, the last bonfire in the Ivory King DLC. It reminds me of that kind of area. Okay. There's a Scorching Iron Scepter. I wasn't expecting the side beta flop. Oh, poopy, I gotta wait for the elevator. Why is there one on the elevator? That's just mean. Oh my god! Elevator, go, 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 go! Jesus Christ, go! I love this game. Okay, and now that brings me to here. Which is back to where we started in this tower, which is good. So I was right, that is where the scepter that we needed was. Okay, now I'm trying to remember. I don't actually remember the layout beyond this point. I know we take the... because once we put this in, the elevators are going to activate, and we can take the elevators down, and that leads us to Fume Knight. He's at the very base. I want to say Sir Alon is at the very top. How do I get to Blue Smelty Demon? I don't know, but I'm running out of time here. I would like to fight a boss before the end of this episode, but I don't think I will get to, because I think all three of them are like end game level of this area. Right, this is the only one that actually gets an elevator going to it. Well, never goddamn mind. This needs a key, I presume. Yeah. I do remember coming over here. I did see that elevator over there. There is indeed another elevator that goes down. I see that guy down there running at 14 FPS. Don't think I don't see you. Is this? No, this isn't the one. Oh, you can climb out of the snow too? Yeah, this looks like, this just, if I can speak, this just looks like a bunch of items. Oh, but it's a, no! No! Oh, that's what I deserve for running straight to the item. But it's a key. It's the key that I need. I'll take it. I need that key. Tower key, Is that for the door above, or is that for the door below? Or is it for both? I'm gonna check. I want to say it's for the door up here. Yes! Oh, why is this full of curses? Fine, I'll use all my smelter wedges on these bitches. Just so you know, I'm gonna get killed on the way out of here. Mostly because these guys are just camping the door. Yeah. Yeah, I'm dead. Yeah, that's what I get for running past those guys. But I smelter wedged that thing. If you're gonna die anyway doing it, you might as well just run past and get the smelter wedge in there. That way you can, since you're gonna get cursed anyway. Or if you're gonna die anyway, you might as well get cursed. Or if you're gonna get cursed, you might as well die anyway. Whichever one order of that works better for the situation at hand. Just as long as you don't blame yourself. You are never at fault for any of your mistakes. Okay, this is up a flight from where that was. Okay, not a mimic. Okay, once I'm done checking everything through this locked door, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Dead end. Hooray for pointless. Ooh, this is a pickle. Okay, now we're good. Ow, except he can swing that while holding his shield up, which is mean. There we go, now we're good. Can I backstab you? I wouldn't think so, because you're like a phantom thing. Okay, I didn't even get your soul piece, did I? No, I did. I grabbed it. I need my own soul piece. Okay. Is that really all that was down here? Just another... I guess so. Fire steak. Okay, well... I guess while I'm here, since I'm not going to remember next time, I still have 2 wedges left. Yeah. Which is not enough to actually take out Fiumnite as much as we need, so I'm going to use these last 2, and then we're gonna have to make sure, 100% certain, we pick up the other pieces. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to take care of this smelter wedge guy thing. Soul of Alsana. I think it said Alsana. I don't care about you, assassin. You're not worth my time. You can assassinate yourself, because you're worthless to me. Question is, can I beat the curse? Nope. Just barely not. Wait, no, 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 no. Controller? No, are you kidding me? My controller just died again. Why is it space to run? Wait, how do I... oh, shoot. How do I pick up an item with this? I need to get to up here. is up here. Oh, no, the assassin's still there. Okay, he hasn't moved yet. What's the goddamn keybind to pick shit up? Interact. Shift left click? How does anyone play with these controls? Shift left click to interact with things? That's stupid. Alright, well, I need this shard of the soul. I guess I have been using this controller a lot to catch back up. Shift left click. Actually... Oh, it actually pulls up the mouse right there for that. Yeah. I can't use the aged feather while there's an invader. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Alright. Invader, you're going down while I'm on keyboard controls. Ow. He might not be going down while I'm on keyboard controls, guys. Ow, especially if... What was that? I clicked 2 times in a row too fast and it started the strong attack? I started to Hadouken him because I double clicked? Is that how that works on keyboard? That's so stupid. Got him this time. Never mind, he ran away like a little bitch. Alright then, let's just go get that bastard despawned. What are you guys doing crowding that? Sir. Sir. Sir! Thank you for making room. Keep wanting to hit shift to sprint, because what actual psychopath would put it to space? Oh yes, can't use bonfire. That's not even the right button. Shift left click. Nope, of course not. I'll just run a little bit down here until it despawns. Was it right down the ladder here that it despawned? Yeah. Shift left click to climb the ladder. That makes sense. Okay. Run, run, running back to the bonfire. Okay. No, that's left click, shift. Shift left click. There we go. Oh god. Hitting escape doesn't work. Okay. Alright, that's pretty good progress on Brume Tower, so I'm gonna wrap that up for this episode. That's gonna wrap it up for this episode. I just said that twice in a row for some reason, because I worded it differently, and it felt wrong the first time. But with all that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.